Hi Facebookers, hi Instagrammers, hi YouTubers, how are you? I hope you are well. April the 10th, 2022 saw the largest that I know of trans rights protest in London. About 3,000 to 4,000 people attended from the trans community and allies, and it was huge. It was all brought together because of the conversion therapy ban. That's not a ban if you're trans. So check out my latest video after this one in the row. It was huge. There was, as I say, 3,000 to 4,000 of us there. The protest was so big we started to spill out into Whitehall and opposite Downing Street. The protest was held in opposite Downing Street in Whitehall in the shadow of the Ministry of Defence building. Slightly in the same position as the trans rights protest was held that I went to back in August last year, 2021. Check out that video. That's also in this show of videos on my selection. It was a brilliant protest. It was so uplifting. The solidarity that the community and allies showed each other was just phenomenal. And the speeches were very moving. They were very powerful. What you're going to see now is a selection of speeches that were made at the event. One of those speaking that you will see was the representative of the LGBT community in government. He was the advisor to the government on LGBT plus issues. He resigned in the face of the conversion therapy ban. That's not a ban if you're trans. And you will also see Michelle from What the Trans, a journalist who does a podcast called What the Trans. Very good podcast. I suggest you check it out. She makes a speech, and you will also see a number of speeches from other people, one of which I will tell you back later. The footage you're about to see is shot by me and also by an ally, Nathan. So enjoy.
So I emailed them to us.
Trans in the van! Keep trans in the van! Trans people!
I'm so sorry, you're absolutely right. Trans is an adjective and it's not a noun. The problem is it's quite difficult to get it scanned. But let's try it again with trans people. Thank you for that. What do we want? A ban! Who must be in it?
Trans people!
What do we want?
A ban!
Who must be in it?
Trans people!
What do we want?
A ban!
Who must be in it?
Trans people!
Ban's done wrong. It has decided that the right thing to do was to host a conference where LGBT people could share best practice. Well, Prime Minister, best practice is not dismissing your LGBT advisory group. Best practice is not ditching your LGBT action plan. And best practice is not dropping Gender Recognition Act reform. And more than that, this government has put in place at the head of the Equalities and Human Rights Commission someone who has spoken about following the government's so-called equality agenda. And on Monday we saw again what they think that equality agenda is. It's assuming that organisations want to bar trans people from their services. And on Monday it was trying to advise them wrongly how to do that. And Baroness Faulkner said yesterday she would not bow to trans activists, but she has positively worshipped before the altar of those opposed to trans inclusion.
Shame!
Shame!
Take heart. 3 or more years of relentless monstering in the press has had very little effect on people's opinions, but it does take its toll on trans and non-binary people. We are not monsters.
No.
We are not issues. We are people.
Trans crap is floating around on Google every day. A parent is come out to. That parent Googles trans kid. What do they find?
Shit!
They find children are being sacrificed for the trans lobby by Janice Turner. That's the big one. That is the front, and many articles like it are the front doors, groups like the Bayswater Group, and many others, which are hate holes run by gender-critical wankers. Gender-critical feminism is an abuse culture. I've seen the spaces where they are recommended specific clinicians. Some of you will know some of their names. The mainstream media is a front door to conversion therapy as an industry, and that is an industry that this government is protecting. They call it exploratory therapy, but it isn't. And the press are culpable. People who are culpable for this are here today, and I have a message for you. Shut up! Thank you. I don't do this. I'm a reporter. Come find me. Thank you.
Boris Johnson is a transphobic cunt!
My name's Levi, I'm the chairwoman of People's Pride Southampton, and I'm a candidate for the Trade Union Socialist Council for our upcoming Southampton elections. Thank you. I just wanted to say that there are so many people, almost further than I can see, that have came today, and I really am happy to hear that we have so much support within our own community. I've never even been to London before. Just one final thing I want to say. Trans people are actors, musicians, scientists, doctors, carers, teachers. We even come from Southampton. Our contributions are real, our rage is real, and our power is as weird as our identity.
Trans rights are human rights. Trans rights are human rights. Trans rights are human rights.
So those were the speeches that were held at the event. The last one you would have heard was by Levi Wellman. She is a trans woman in Southampton, and she is also the chair, I believe, of People's Pride in Southampton. She and a number of other two other trans women are standing for the same party in Southampton at the local elections on May 5th this year, 2022. As I say, 3 trans candidates, all trans women, all open, all out, all standing for the same party in the same city for the May elections. That has got to be a first in electoral history in England, if not the rest of the United Kingdom. It is fantastic, and I really support all their efforts. They're all friends of mine. I really hope they do as well as we can realistically expect to do given the circumstances and the electoral system in this country. So that is a positive step that trans folk in Southampton especially are doing to forward our cause, to forward our voices, to make ourselves heard, and to stand up for other issues that affect them, not just as trans folk, but as ordinary people in society, like housing, healthcare, mental health care, social care, rents, affordable rents, all sorts of things like that. They're standing on an open socialist platform. They're standing for under the Tusk banner, the Trade Union Socialist Coalition, and they're standing in the May 5th elections. There's not much to say other than it was such a fantastic day, and I was on such a high when I came back. And when I kind of reflected on the day, it made me more, more buoyed up, more positive, that as a movement, as a group of people, as an individual group of people, as a bloc, we can seriously make our voices heard. Now, you wouldn't have seen much in the mainstream media. There were a few reports on the protest, but there wasn't that many that I personally saw online, and I haven't seen in the mainstream legacy media, and there's not a lot that I've seen online either, although there were a number of people there filming and taking footage. I believe Sophie from Mars live streamed it, but because of the language that some of us used at the protest when doing chants, I don't think she can load it back up onto YouTube and have it as a standalone video. I don't know. But I believe she live streamed it. She was just in front of me where the speakers were, and I could see her live streaming it, which was good. That was brilliant to get a live feed of the protest at the time. That was fantastic. So as I say, it was a moving day. It was positive. The community came out and showed positive, full solidarity with everyone. Our allies were great, and it was nice to see them. So please look out for my videos. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. I hope you're well, and I hope I will see you again soon. Goodbye, everybody. Na, 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 na.